All right, I'm here on Carl and Nancy Thoburn's. Just put the ladder up here by the front door, and it's the same area that I earlier seen that plywood here. And when I get up here, we've got these gutter guards, a little bit of fungus there. And when I lift this roof, this plywood right here is just terribly. Look at, I mean, this is rotted bad. I can just pull that apart with my fingers, and there is another layer of roofing up under there. So what they did, and that's why you got this big hump at the bottom edge, what they did was bust the shingles back on the bottom edge when they roofed over, and when I step right there, it's really soft on that bottom edge. So get up here, and when I look at this furnace stack, and you come down on here, you see how you can see the crack around the furnace stack where just getting old and separated. And look here how when they roofed over, that, see this caulk right here, the water is running right underneath of the shingle. The only reason that you haven't, see, here's, watch, I lift this roof, watch, I just want you to see, here's a stack, so I come down, I lift this, look how I can lift that right up, and there's the old roof, and water's running between these two roofs. The only reason you haven't noticed any leaks is because you've got an old roof underneath of this roof, and it's keeping the water from showing up, but I do believe that it's getting through to the plywood. I would prepare for some bad plywood on this house. Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the reality is. So we've got a damaged shingle right here on the end. Here's my take on the shingles themselves. When I look at these shingles are not in bad condition. In other words, I'm not seeing any cracks. I'm, you know, the shingle itself, the life of the shingle is not real bad. The problem is the way it was installed, the way things were done, that furnace stack, and then the bottom edges. As I come over here, over the garage area where the flag in the car is, I see the same thing right here. See, there's a big hump. It's hard to pick up on camera, but the bottom edges are taking water because the roof wasn't done correctly. So by the time we can talk about taking shingles out of the bottom edge and dealing with these gutter guards that are causing you actually problems, and doing a repair on the bottom edges versus redoing the roof. But you're starting to get some algae buildup on the roof. You see all these spots and everything. That's the beginning of the algae growing. And so by the time you do the repairs on all the bottom edges, depending on your financial position, I mean, this roof, it was just done wrong. Like the back of this roof, the shingle keyways are off, it's not installed right. Everything about the way this roof was done is wrong. So again, it's not really the condition of the shingles, it's the installation and how poorly it was done. So when I take these edges like here and I lift this, see how I can just lift and I can see that wood right there? So water is blowing in there when it rains and getting to this wood and running behind this fascia and getting down there and rotting out stuff that's hidden that you can't even see. So again, my question would be, are you in a position to consider redoing this to stop these problems, even though the condition of the shingles. And I just want to show you, like, this is called a valley, and the way this valley was shingled, it's just totally, I see they left this should have been cut like way back here when they did the roof. That's why it's curling like that. And then all this stuff is underneath of there, and it's trapped, and then it ends up getting through to the lower roof underneath. The pipe collars that were used are plastic. Low end, obviously we know about the dish. This is a real easy fix here. Replace a couple of tabs or temporarily fix this. I would want to get it off just so that it doesn't fall and you know, hurt the deck or break a window or something. And then you've got this skylight that was installed, and the skylight actually is a bigger skylight than the hole itself, which, you know, it's not a bad thing per se because you can't tell from inside, but when you get up on the roof and you look, the skylight's bigger than the hole. So but you can only get, you know, the smallest skylight you can get is a 2x2 skylight. So I think this is a little bit bigger than that. And then you got a pipe collar, a hood vent. This vent here probably vents your bathroom exhaust fan. And see, again, I just lift it up, and there's the old roof underneath there. See it cracking? And just very, very, very poorly done roof job. The sun porch, or the back porch, everything looks absolutely fine there, as long as it was, when the new roof is put on, as long as it was tied in here properly, everything would be fine. But I don't really like even what I see here. There's water. It's hard to pick up on camera, but when I lift this, there's water. I can see it coming out from underneath of this. I don't know if you can see that water coming out from underneath this. When I lift it and then push it down, water's coming out because it's trapping water up in there because of the way they caulked this down when they put this porch on it. So again, I know I'm repeating it, but the importance of a good installation. You can have a 50-year shingle, but if it's not installed right, it could last 5 years, and that's the problem here. Again, I want to talk about these gutter guards. And your gutters themselves are aluminum and look like they're in good condition as far as working and flowing. I'll ask you about those. As far as should you say to me, let's talk about redoing a roof. We have the driveway here. We would back our dump truck in. All of our trash would go right into the dump truck here. We'd cover and protect the driveway. We'd want to move the flag before installation of the roof, and we'd cover and protect all the bushes. I'll show you how we do all of that and the different options. So when I stand up here and I look like at this roof across the street, that's what's called a 3-tab shingle, just like you have now. Then I go over one house to this house, and that's called a dimensional or architectural shingle. This shingle, like you have now, is a 25-year shingle that you can confidently believe that it will last 2022. This shingle is a lifetime shingle now with a warranty of 50 years. So this shingle, you know, is going to last 60, 70 years compared to this shingle lasting 20 and at the most 25. Even if somebody got very fortunate, I've never seen it, but 26. But I don't think that's possible with a 3-tab shingle. So that'll about do it. I'm going to walk around back and just take a look from the ground of other things that I could see from underneath.